UWW Submission Grappling World Championship, Women's 64 kilogram Nogi division. We slap and bump, and immediately we start to tie up. She pulls to guard and tries to lock up an armbar, but I pull my arm out. She wraps up her closed guard. Under this rule set, you get 2 points if your opponent pulls guard, so I get my 2. Because she's playing an open guard, I try to go for a double under smash pass, but I'm not able to pull her hips up high enough, and she's able to get a scoop grip on my arm and start to attack. I was initially afraid that she was going for a Barato Plata here, but she wound up trying to turn it into an armbar, so when I rolled, I actually rolled into the armbar. What I should have done was stacked her, but I did not do that, and I tried to fight it, but she was able to finish the armbar. I later found out that she is a UFC fighter, Yulia Stolyarenko from Lithuania. I'm not 100% sure if I'm saying that right, so if I'm not, I'm sorry. This is a video of her armbarring Molly McCann, aka Molly Meatball, like a few weeks prior to this. So look, I definitely made some mistakes in that match and definitely have some things to improve on, but at least I lost to somebody good. Moving on to my gi matches, my first match was against a Canadian black belt. You can see me here getting ready to go out. The ref sets us up and we shake hands and the match starts. As soon as the match starts, we're both immediately looking for our grips. She's keeping her hips pretty far back, so I think she's looking for a guard pull. I start to go for a little trip, but I'm not able to hit it, so I come back up, and she immediately jumps to guard. I am immediately looking to get my hands to her biceps and keep my posture up in order to prevent her from trying to sweep me or submit me. And she's already trying to cut her hips and break down my posture and prevent me from doing that. We spend a lot of time here of her trying to cut her hips to go for sweeps and submissions, and me trying to flatten her hips to the mat and keep my hips square with her hips to prevent her from going for sweeps and submissions. I'm looking for control either on her hips or on her biceps to try to then stand up and hit one of my standing guard breaks. I have also already gotten my 2 points for her pulling guard, so right now the score is 2-0 my favor. Here I'm able to get bicep control and start to go to try to hit my log splitter pass, but she's able to cut her hips and free her arms, so I resettle back in her guard. We continue to hand fight and grip fight. She is looking to control my hands while I am still looking for that inside bicep control. I'm being mindful of staying square with her hips as I start to come back up. I'm still looking to hit my log splitter break into a knee cut pass. I'm doing a good job of staying squared up with her as she continues her attacks. I start to establish my grip on the top half of her gi. I'm able to get my knee wedged underneath her hips and sit back and hit my log splitter guard break. Her guard is now broken open and she is starting to play a more open guard. For a split second here, I think about hitting a leg lock. You can see I'm standing up here to try to pass, but I was concerned about giving up points, so I go to try to pass, and this is where I messed up, and she is able to start to attack for a triangle. She is fighting to break my posture down and pull me in deeper to the triangle. I am fighting to project my chest forward and up and look up towards the ceiling and keep my posture up so that she's not able to pull me deeper into the triangle. I'm also trying to be mindful of my left arm in not letting it go too far across to tighten up the choke, but also trying to not let her start to attack for arm bars or other arm locks on that left side. I continue to fight to get my posture back while keeping that left arm framed in her hips and keeping my hips squared up with her hips so that she can't cut her angle and make that choke deeper. Here I start to get my posture back and this triangle is starting to slip out, so she goes to start to attack on that left arm. Since the triangle is starting to slip out, here you can see she's trying to push my left arm across, and weave for a deep hook. And here in just a second, she's going to throw her leg over and try to switch it to an arm lock. But I was just here in my first match in the Nogi, so I'm able to lock my hands together, and then I put my hands both back inside of her guard, and I escape both the triangle and the arm lock. I try to go for my log splitter pass again, but I rush the break and I don't get good control of her biceps before I go to hit it, and she's able to sweep me over and get 2 points. Once she sweeps me over, she lands in this kind of weird back triangle position as well. I am working to try to escape this back triangle position, but she's doing a really good job of settling her weight and making it so that I can't roll her over. From here, she is able to settle in this position, and she's able to start attacking my left arm, which is the arm that is inside the triangle. I'm doing my best to keep my arm in tight so that she can't get it, but because she's in this belly down position, she's able to use all of her body weight against the grip that I have on my arm. I continue to struggle to try to escape the position while maintaining my hands locked together so that she's not able to attack for that arm. However, she's doing a really good job of settling in this position and not letting me have any space to escape while attacking for that arm. So here you can see she straightens it and she gets an arm bar. Obviously, I made some mistakes in this match, and I was disappointed that I couldn't get the win, especially after I was able to maintain that 2-point lead in the beginning for so long. But she was really good. Like I said, she was a black belt, and she actually wound up winning the whole tournament for the 64 division, so that was cool. At least I would lost to somebody who was really good. So under this tournament rule set, it has kind of a weird rule that if you lose to somebody who winds up going to the finals match, so I lost to Canada, who went to the finals and then won the finals, because I lost to her, I get to go into the bronze medal bracket. So this is me in the bronze medal bracket going against Kazakhstan, who also lost to Canada. For this match, my coach felt like I kind of played it too safe against Canada, so he told me to kind of just do whatever felt right. So we slap and bump, I start to grip fight, and I immediately go for a guard pull. It was not a good guard pull. I'm not very good at pulling guard, but I am able to recover and get my closed guard. From here, we are starting to hand fight and grip fight. She is trying to posture up, while I am trying to break down her posture. You can see here she's trying to grip my pants. I had not seen that before because I don't really do the gi that much. So I definitely struggled here a little bit more than I would like to admit. We continue to hand fight and grip fight for good positioning, and here she starts to get a grip on my lapel and stand up to try to hit a standing guard break. Side note, she's very strong because I am not a light person, so for her to be able to just pick me up like this is relatively impressive. You can see she's using her hand to push on my leg and try to break my guard open, and I am trying to stay locked up, but she's able to get the guard broken open, and now I am playing a open guard and she is working to pass. From here we continue to grip fight and hand fight. I am trying to maintain my guard while she is trying to pass. Here she's able to start to wedge her knee in and is able to hit a knee cut pass and passes to side control. Once she passes to side control, I am trying to wedge my knee back in and use my frames of my elbows to try to create space and get my guard back. But she is doing a really good job of staying really tight here. I continue to try to create space and get my knee to elbow connection to try to get my guard back, but she starts to transition around to north-south and then transitions to side control on the other side. So I start to try to create some space on that side. I'm able to start to come up to my knees, but she flattens me back out by going back to north-south. I'm able to create a little bit of momentum by swinging my legs around and start to come back up to my knees. This time I am successful, and I start to go in on a single leg to try to run her out of the circle, but she's able to reverse it on me and lands back in side control. I am looking to continue to get my frames back in and get my knee to elbow connection, and she is looking to maintain this top position. She is able to push on my legs and start to try to flatten me out, wedge her knee in, and starts to transition from side control to mount by sliding that knee across my hips. From here, once she's able to establish mount, she's not able to hold it for super long because I bridge my hips. I'm able to wrap up around her leg in a 3/4 guard position, and from here I'm able to move my hips and work back to my closed guard. At this point, there is only a minute 30 left in the match, and I am down on points, so I am on the hunt for anything that can either get me points back or start to wrap up a submission. Here you can see I'm struggling with that grip on the pants again. As we continue to grip fight, I start to try to cut my hips to one side to try to go for a sweep or start to set up my submissions. She is looking to try to repass my guard. We continue to fight for good positioning. She is trying to get past my legs and get back to a side control position, while I am trying to pull her back into my guard and establish either a sweep or a submission, because again, at this point, I am short on time and down on points. Here, she starts to try to come around to her left side, but she leaves her right arm in, and I'm able to pull it through and start to wrap up an armbar. Listen, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I've hit this armbar a million times. That thing was in, and she was like groaning, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if I got confused or what happened, but I thought she tapped, and I don't know. I don't know if I imagined it just because it was so tight and she was groaning or what happened, but I loosened up on it for a second and I just wasn't able to finish it. I don't think it would have mattered, to be honest with you. I think I could have held that armbar and straight up broken her arm, and she probably would have just passed my guard with a broken arm and won on points because she was so far ahead on points. I don't think it mattered, but I was pretty disappointed in myself because I was so close on that armbar. Like I said, I've hit that armbar a million times before, but people just don't want to tap, especially when a medal is on the line and you're that close on points and it's that close to the end of the match. And yeah, it was disappointing, but I will get it next time. Despite being really disappointed with my own performance, the team as a whole did really well. We won the Nogi team award, and I was really, really proud to just have the opportunity to be on the team again. And I'm just going to keep working and get better from here. Thanks for watching.